Welcome to the replay. Today is May 28th and we're going to be working on December in Janelle's bullet journal. We just did this little Disney desserts theme page yesterday and today we're going to continue it. So let me get everything set up. Welcome here, you guys. I just came on and we're gonna keep working on December here. And for December, kind of leaning towards, let me know what you guys think of this. I know there's not very many people here yet, but I'm kind of thinking, or kind of leaning towards doing a similar family memories page as this one. But then use the same like kind of these calendar box styles, so not all the boxes would be the same, and then having just kind of like, you know, the ribbon doodles and stuff like that we added at the end. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards. How does that sound to you guys? For this Disney desserts theme, and then we would write December in the middle with a few desserts. All right, well, I'm just gonna go for it. 3, and then this is 3, 6, 9. Okay, I'm just gonna sketch in my spacing so that I can get started. Wait, how far down was that? I gotta check that too. 2 down. Yeah, okay. Three. Thank you, Shy Shy. Yeah, I'm really pleased with how that one turned out. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. Okay. 3, 6, 9. Okay. Perfect. So, oh wait, I should maybe just block in just a few more things here. Hey Anderson, welcome here, you guys. I am just blocking in for the memories spread. I just made an executive decision because when I get started, oh, there are a lot of people here now. Okay, so maybe we could vote, but I already kind of blocked them in, but let me know how you feel about this. So this sort of family memories page, but instead of just having all the boxes being the same, using the same like variety that we have here, and then in the middle of the page it will say December, have a few desserts, and then we'll have some of those like kind of ribbon and sparkle doodles weaving amongst the boxes. Does that sound good? Here, Keegan, this is all that we got done in the dessert theme. Disney desserts. Thank you, guys. All right, I think I'm just gonna get started with this. Let's see here. DECE would be perfect to divide December in half. Let's do D, E, C, E, M, E, R. And then I'll just write family memories underneath. All right, let's do a couple desserts here. I really like that donut one that we did, so I'm gonna stick with it as one of the main ones. Oh, hey Chelsea. Yeah, it does feel like a while since I've seen you. How are you doing? We are still working on Janelle's journal, her family memories journal. So right now we are doing the last month in this journal. So we might finish it today, although I'm not sure because the months in this one always take longer than usual because of all the extra weekly spreads. So it's not like a given, but we might finish the journal today. All right, and then I liked the cotton candy one too. Oh, thanks, Brooke. No, Carson, it's still available. Yeah, so if we finish this one, I'll do some work on the unclaimed one that I need to get rid of before July because it starts in July. For those of you who weren't here for that one, before Patty ordered her journal, we had a gap in orders, so we just started a random one. Like with no particular person in mind. And so we did 3 months and then we got Patty's order. So we jumped ship and started working on hers. And so that one is still in progress. And I've been saying like, yeah, if I keep getting orders, then I'll just sell it as is with just the 3 months in it because it starts in July. So I need to give it to someone before July anyways. But yeah, so if we don't get an order right after this, then I'll just keep working on that one. But either way, I'm going to be passing that one off to someone in mid-June so that it can be used in July. Whether it sticks with 3 months or whether we work on it again after this and get it up to like 6 months or something for the next person. Oh, no, I didn't show my first journal last night, but I can totally show it tonight. Oh yeah, how did I do the little cookie? I did a bow on it, right? Yes, I did one of Minnie's bows with kind of the big and then small, big and then small. And then just a chocolate chip cookie around that. Some crumbs. Oh yeah, for sure, Megan. Let me show you what we've been up to in here. Let me just add a little bit of gloss to this popsicle. And then the dots to Minnie's bow over here. And just a touch of shading around the center so you can see it. Okay. Yes, let me show you what we've been working on. For Megan and for anyone who hasn't been here in a while or at all, we're working on Janelle's custom bullet journal. It's a family memories journal. No monthly title pages. We just jump straight into the calendars. So this is July. Then there's a family memories page every month where she can just write down things their family does that month. And then her weekly spreads, very unusual, not typical like planning weeklies with the days of the week on them, more so just like prompts that she wants to fill out each week for the sake of her own reflection. So that is July. For August, we did this little pond theme. So we've got our calendar page, family memories with space for her to write down memories. And then the weekly spreads look like this in August. And then September, we did this hot air balloon theme. Again, we've got our calendar, we've got a family memories page, and then this is how the weeks turned out for September. Sorry, I'm trying to take off my socks because it is toasty. Even though I'm downstairs, we don't have AC, and it's like getting to that time of year already somehow that it's feeling warm even in the basement. Okay, so October we did a camping theme. Thanks, Nava and Laurel. And here's her family memories page for the camping theme. And then the weekly spreads look like this for camping. Yeah, Jesse, our new house has AC. I mean, our new house has like everything that we don't have right now, so we are so excited. Here is November. We did this little quilt theme inspired by Amanda Rach Lee. Here's the family memories page for November, which I love. And then this is what the weekly spreads look like for November. And then we just started December yesterday on live. So this is the calendar page that we did for December. And then now we are doing her family memories page. So that's all the doodles that I'm going to put in the middle here. Now I'm going to draw the boxes all around it using these different kind of options. And then we'll add in the sparkles and the little like ribbon sort of confetti stuff after that. I'm gonna turn my book to fill that other gap because it's in an awkward spot. Recolor this a couple times. That red is bold. And I went out of line with that one. Maybe I'll do one more red. On the calendar spread, red was like used very sparingly for boxes, but I just like this red so much that I feel like I should add another one. The memory sections with the little boxes. What do you mean, May? Like these boxes? They are for writing in. I'm not sure exactly what she's gonna write in them. Like how much space she'll want for each one or whatever, but I think I'll color in another one just because there's not very many colored in. But yeah, she'll write, I mean, memories. I'm like things that they do during the month and stuff. Is that what you mean? Yeah, the whole idea with how I did this page was just to look like the calendar. Like to use the different styles of boxes that we did for the calendar. Spread out randomly, not a pattern to it, just like with the calendar. Oh yeah, or glue pictures. Yeah, totally. Okay. So we've got the boxes in. I'm gonna add the red elements now. And then we'll use our size 03 for the dots. And this I drew with red over there, and that is being very difficult to cover with white. I mean, it's a tiny little spot, so I'll probably just ignore it if it doesn't work. But I'm just surprised how many coats it's taking because this red is so like pigmented. Yeah, put a sparkle over it. I just need to let it dry because I've put so many coats on there. I don't want to plop a sparkle on right now because I might just pick up the white pen with this ink, you know? Oh, hey Jess. Yeah, totally, Jess. For highlighting on top of text, yeah, you kind of have to use a fine liner. I never really highlight over text. If I know that I'm going to need a highlight, I highlight under it. If I'm using a non-micron, like I usually just use a gel pen for just like writing in my journal. But yeah, a micron or highlight under it, or just highlight like a wavy line underneath the word or something instead of highlighting right on top of the word, if that works with what you're doing. But yeah, I never highlight my words that I write, I guess. Like, I highlight headings, but then I just do that beforehand, you know, because I know where the heading's going to go. So, but yeah, if you're wanting to highlight after the fact, some kind of micron or like archival ink or something that's not water-based is definitely your best bet. Okay, I think that is going to be our family memories page for December. Oh yeah, future log. I would always end up using a micron for that. Like for anything that's like, you know, kind of part of the spread, I use a micron. And then it's just like, I only use a gel pen or whatever for writing in my plans after the fact, because those I don't end up highlighting. But yeah, that's what I would recommend, is just to use some kind of fine liner instead of gel or water-based pens. Okay, so December calendar memories page. Let's get into the weekly spreads here. Forgot to deal with this. I'm gonna do one more coat of white to see if I can cover it. Okay, that covered better. And now I'm just gonna let it sit while we look at some weekly layout options, or think about some weekly spread options, and then I'll draw a sparkle on top of it. Okay, so let's just see what we've done so far with weekly spreads and think about if any of the ones we've already used would look good with this theme. No, I hated these weekly spreads. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. This is someone's journal. I like them, but I hated making them. And they're not my favorite for how much work went into making them. So this layout I like. We did a similar one in November, so I probably wouldn't do this one again because we just did this sort of thing in November. What, Sierra? I'm confused. Okay, September and October, we did a very similar thing where we just kind of did doodle in the top corner, doodle in the bottom corner, and then just kind of figured it out from there. So in September, that looked like this. In October, it looks like this. So we could do that sort of thing again if we want to just kind of, yeah, put a doodle in the top, doodle in the bottom, and then figure it out. But I'm thinking maybe let's go to Pinterest because, yeah, I don't want to use the November weekly layout with this one. Have a good night, Nava. Thanks for joining. Let's go to Pinterest to my weekly spreads. I tried doing a Pinterest widget on my home screen, which, like, cute idea if your Pinterest home feed is cute, but it actually is just super annoying because now anytime I open Pinterest from here, I guess I should just open it from here, but it always just opens to the thing that I clicked on, even if I try to click like empty space, because I just want to go to my home page. But whatever. Okay, weekly spreads that could work with a very non-committal weekly spread like we're doing. This is always tough with this one. I feel like this kind of thing could work, but it would leave a lot of white space that we would have to fill. And we're gonna have to do 10 weekly spreads for this month. So I don't want to leave too much like space to fill with doodles, you know? I want to just be efficient with our doodles, make them cute, but not have like just a ton of open space that needs doodles on it. I like actually this example because it is kind of uneven, like what we've been having to do with how some of her weekly pages she wants more structure and then some of them she wants wide open. So I actually really like this example for that kind of thing. Just kind of like doodle over here, add some washi tape, a heading, and then put some boxes on this page and leave this one open. I like this as an example. So we'll screenshot that. And let's see what else we can find that would work with what she's looking for. Trying to hear what my toddler's saying. Sorry, I'm just gonna pause my music because I can hear him saying "mama" and then something. My husband is away this evening. I can't hear him. Okay, well, he's not upset, so I'm gonna leave him for a few minutes, and if he just keeps saying it, then I'll have to go help him. But he just did some business. That's why it took me so long to get started. So I know that he's not having an accident in there, so that's assuring. Okay, let's see here. Weekly spreads for this month. Okay, I like something like this as an example because like on one page we could have like doodles and then divide it into boxes, and then the other one just like a heading and a border, like kind of like how they've laid out this one. So let's consider that. Let's see here. This has definitely been the toughest part of this journal, is figuring out how to do the weekly spreads. Okay, well, he's still hollering. Let me show you the two options that I did screenshot. And maybe if a moderator is here, could you do a poll? Option 1 and 2, and then 3 will be to not do either of those options and just to wing it, if you guys don't really like these options. Okay, so we'll get a poll up. It'll be right underneath my name. 3 options. First option is this one. Doodle up here, doodle over here. This page will have more boxes and structure. This one will be basically open aside from the doodle. That's option 1. Option 2, doodles going along one side. This page would be mostly open with the heading, and this one would have the boxes like that. That's option 2. Option 3 is someone else can make something up in the comments, or we can just wing it, but I'm just gonna go help my son for a sec. Go ahead and cast your votes and then let me know which one won, and I will be back as soon as I can be. Okay, well, he's totally fine. That didn't make him any happier. Now, you know, the typical toddler thing. I go in there and he tells me that he needs one thing and then changes his mind like 37 times about the reason that he called me in. So he's all good. I'll go up and check on him in a bit if he's still struggling. But let's get started with option 1. Okay, perfect. That is what I was hoping we would do. So I'm thinking we'll do maybe the, what's this? Cotton candy up in one corner, and then we'll put the donut down in the other, and then try to find some washi tape that works well with it, put in our headings, all of that. And let me just confirm for December, yeah, we're gonna need 5, so 10 weekly spreads, because we have to fill out this one because it's the end of the year. Thank you, Tabitha. Oh my goodness, I feel like I haven't seen you on here in ages. But yes, we are working on Janelle's journal, and this is the last month in her journal, which is so crazy. We're going to start on the weekly spreads now. So I'm just going to go ahead and start drawing in cotton candy Mickey Mouse shapes on every page and hope that my pink marker can push through all of this for me. Oh yeah, no worries, Tabitha. Okay, sorry, his crying is not funny. But I mean, I know that he's fine. So the other day he was getting me to like role play with him. He loves pretending. And so I was him and he was me and we were playing bedtime. And so he was like tucking me in saying, "Good night, I love you," you know, being all sweet. And he's like, "Okay, now you say good night." And I was, you know, just following directions. "Okay, now you say close the door a little bit," which to him means leave the door open a little bit. So I did. And so then he, as the mom, closed the door a little bit, just like I always do. And then he goes to me, "And now you go, Mom, I need a song, I need a song, I need a song," and just like breaks into his full panicky meltdown that he gives in the night and then just like snaps out of it. I'm like, that is so fake. Like, but it sounded just like his meltdown. It just was like so funny how much like he can just turn it on and turn it back off. He's like, "Yeah, okay, now you say close the door a little bit." And he's like, now you say, Mom, I need a song, I need a song. I was like, okay, so you can turn off the meltdown voice. It just was, I thought it was hilarious. He was just like calling himself out for making up the meltdown thing. Which, yeah, whenever he does that, we come in the room and right away he's like, oh, hi, I want to do this song. Like, he's just totally perky. I just thought it was so cute. Yeah, he is hilarious. I'm trying to think of some of the things he does these days that make me laugh. It's like everything. He's just so funny. I know he's teaching us his tricks. Oh yeah, this was another one. So we went biking the other day, or like the adults were walking, the two kids were biking. So like my in-laws, my sister-in-law and her husband and kid, my other sister-in-law, whatever. Everyone from my husband's family who lives in town, we all went walking together. And so my son and his 4-year-old cousin, so my son is 2, and then his 4-year-old cousin were like biking ahead of us, and it was really windy. So my brother-in-law was yelling like, Elsie, slow down. And they showed like no signs of being able to hear us. Like they just kept driving. Craig is like running after them. I mean, we were in a school parking lot, like we weren't on the road, so they were totally fine. But anyways, they showed no signs at all of hearing us. And then the next day, as he was playing, he starts yelling, Elsie, slow down. Like just totally giving it away that they did hear us and he did hear us. Oh, he's just so funny. He just, yeah, gives away all of his naughty little tricks when he starts pretending about them. It's great. Okay, how many of these have I done? I know I need to do lots, so I've been like telling myself, don't bother counting, just keep doing them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I've done more than I thought. Okay. I've got 2 more. Yes, I need 10. I know, right, Elizabeth? Like before I had kids, I was like, do 2-year-olds even talk? Like my son Lo has been talking in full sentences since he was like 18 months. Like, yeah, he's still 2 and he like is so communicative. But I had no idea before I had kids that kids that young were like so capable. Like he gets himself dressed, he does his own potty and teeth and everything. Like, I don't know. I just thought that was a preschool thing, not a toddler thing. And the talking too, like, I don't know. I thought that was for preschool kids, but nope. All right, last one. And then I might go check on him. I am the soft parent. I'm usually in there checking on him like all the time. And my husband's like, no, he doesn't need it. But I should probably check on him. I know that he's fine, but you know, still want to show him that I care. Yes, 2 2-page spreads per week, which is crazy. Okay. Let me leave this open to a cuter page while I go help him, and hopefully it will be quick, but very hard to tell. I know, I'm so surprised that my pink marker held up. I'll be back as soon as I can. completely fine as predicted, but here we are. Oh my goodness, it's a good thing I came down when I did, because TikTok's doing the robot thing. So it would have kicked me right out. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just catching up on some comments, chatting about the weather. Okay, cool. Let's continue with this month. I'm just gonna add some like fluff to our cotton candy Mickey Mouse cotton candy. And I'll add some white gel pen to this as well later on, but I think I'll do all the white gel pen at the end because the donut needs white gel pen, this needs white gel pen, and the little like cone thing for this will need it as well. So I'm just gonna save all of that for the end of the doodle phase. Okay. Then let's do our donut. I don't really feel like tracing all the circles for the donut, but I feel like because that's what I've been doing, I should maybe just stick with it. I guess maybe I will. Maybe I just will. That one was tiny. I can measure. I should probably measure. Yeah, this circle gadget is really cool. Like it shows you on the side how big you're making. Diameter is all the way across, right? Radius is just halfway across. So it shows you like over here in centimeters how big you're making the diameter so that you can like actually, yeah, measure your circle, which is really cool. And then, yeah, you can go all the way that big or trace the outside. And what I love is like, I feel like often you want to do like 2 circles for something. So you just keep it in one spot and you can do like the inner circle and the outer circle and know that they're like perfectly aligned. Yeah, it's a very handy gadget, but pricey. This is from Maker's Cabinet, and full transparency, I did not buy it. They sent it to me. I love it, but when I got it from them anyways, I think it was around 300 bucks. That was a few years ago. Maybe their price has gone down. But yeah, definitely a pricey gadget, and I don't draw circles that much. So like, I wouldn't pay that much for one. Just not because it's not good and good quality, but just because I wouldn't use it enough to make it worth it. But yeah, Maker's Cabinet is the name of the company. And then this is called the Iris. Oh, Angela, is it one like this? Like the same kind of style? Because I've never seen another one like this. But that would be cool to know. Looks just like that. I mean, that's great as a consumer. I do feel bad for Maker's Cabinet because I remember them like, I don't remember what context this was that we were chatting. They're like, yeah, like they were having all sorts of like patent issues because they patented this design. And then right at the time when I was like starting to promote it for them, they started getting a bunch of copycats that they had to deal with. I don't know how all that stuff works, but anyways. So great that you can get it for a cheaper price, but sorry, Maker's Cabinet, that's kind of stuff probably sucks for them. Stainless steel, $19.99. Yikes. The large iris is now $430. Hokey Dinah. I'm very curious at what makes it that price. Or about what makes it that price. Yeah, Amazon is awful as a small business owner. So yeah, that's always such a like dilemma for me. Like I would love to support even more businesses like Maker's Cabinet and whoever, like any business that is affected by Amazon and other big companies. But yikes, the price difference is insane. Like $430 versus $19. I could never dish out that much money for something that's just gonna help me draw a nice circle every now and then, you know? But poor small business, like, I want to help them out. Yeah, they better be handmade in some way for that price. Yeah, maybe brass. I'm not sure. But yeah, like it's definitely high quality. Like it's nice and heavy and it's got like grip on it. So if you put it down like and you want to trace a circle here and then keep it like totally lined up, you know, it's not going anywhere if you just like move it. Like it's very high quality. But again, for me personally, I don't draw enough circles in my life to be able to, you know, value the quality at that price, like price difference, you know? And you guys are detectives. Interesting. Nice. Definitely one of their favorite unnecessary purchases. That's great. Okay. We are getting close to finishing the doodles here. Just gotta fill in the brown, add the brown cone, and then add our white gel pen. Once we're done coloring the red, of course. So not actually close, but at least now everything is like blocked in. I know, right, Carson? I feel the same way. I'm not letting myself count because I know if I do, I'll just be like, oh, there's still so many left. This one is Tombow 837, but I use a combination. Like the pink was a Crayola marker from the Colors of the World set. Some of the other ones that we've been using in this journal are Zebra mild liners. We've been using Zig brushables, but mostly I would say I use Tombows and Crayola. Oh my goodness, yay, Angela. That's so exciting. Do you already know what kind of pages you're going to start with? I guess this is like perfect timing to start it for June. How did I not notice until now that this tracer was in here? That's funny. Yes, okay, I'm doing them all the same because this is a custom bullet journal for Janelle. It's not my own journal. This is actually, we're planning right now, December of 2025, and Janelle has two-page weekly spreads for every week. So we're doing 10 weekly pages that all look the same. 10 2-page weekly spreads that all look the same for December. So that's why I like to do everything in bulk. So just kind of one step at a time, color the same thing on all the pages just to be efficient, because as you can imagine, doing 192 pages of this is quite time consuming. So try to keep it as streamlined as possible by batching everything. Oh, thanks, guys. I do not freehand and pencil. I don't use pencil at all. I just go straight in with marker. Let's see. So normally, here, let me show you more of like what a normal weekly spread would look like in a custom journal, because Janelle's journal is super unique. It's not how I normally do a journal. So like normally I would do a weekly spread kind of like this, or really whatever the customer asks for. Like you can do whatever different layouts and stuff like that. This is just a different one I've got sitting around. So normally, yes, I would stamp on the days of the week with my handwriting stamps and add whatever kind of extra boxes the customer wants. But for Janelle, she is using this as a family memories journal and not as a planning journal. So instead, the weekly pages are very open. They've got like little prompts, which in November we kind of hid the titles because we didn't want to make the page look unbalanced, but she's got like little prompts instead for her weekly spreads. So these are really like not standard weekly spreads because they're very specific to her family and how she likes to keep track of memories and stuff like that. So, but yeah, normally I would have days of the week labels and boxes and stuff like that. But if the customer asks for something different, like Janelle did, then we just kind of roll with it. So this is a Disney desserts theme. I should show you what we're going for here. This is she doesn't have title pages either. So every month just kind of starts off with a page like this with the theme introduced and the month, and then a calendar for the month. So we're doing this little Disney desserts theme. Here's her family memories page for December. And then now we are working on the weekly spreads. Yes, I do sell custom bullet journals. They are linked in my bio. Oh, thanks, guys. I think we probably will finish this journal today. I mean, it's got a lot of weekly pages in it, so it will probably take longer than I expect, but we definitely could. Oh, it's already 10 o'clock. Okay, so maybe not, but very borderline. We could finish it, but we might not. But honestly, I'm not really in a hurry to finish this one. I was in a rush to finish this one, but now that my next order hasn't been placed yet, I'm not in so much of a rush. I'm just kind of chilling. what I'm trying to track what this is responding to. I am not in Alberta, I'm in Saskatchewan. I'm trying to find what Angela said that everyone is responding to, but I'm not seeing it. Oh, I see. Okay. That sounds really cute, Angela. Just had to scroll back a little bit. Yeah, a pool with floaties. I've never done that sort of theme, but I have seen it done before and done well, and I really like it. No, we don't do daylight savings. So half the year we're the same as Manitoba, and then the other half of the year we're the same as Alberta. Yes, I'm in Canada, a little tiny town of like 300 people in Saskatchewan. No, we're moving to Manitoba, so it's a big move, which that's where my family's from. I came here for college 11 years ago thinking that I was just going to be here 1 year, and then ended up meeting my now husband who worked for the college, and so we've just stayed here for the last 11 years, and then now he is working elsewhere. He's got a remote job so we can move anywhere. And so we are going to move back to be near my family, which I'm thrilled about. I mean, this place has definitely become more homey in recent years. It wasn't, I'll be honest, for quite a while, but now it's grown on me. And also a lot more of my in-laws have moved here since we've been here. So at first it was like just us. But yeah, so definitely there will be things to miss, but I am very excited to move back home after like 11 years of kind of accidentally being away from home. Oh, cute, Angela. Oh, I forgot. I want to start adding the little like cone things to the cotton candy. Oh yes, the theme is Disney desserts. So the only direction that Janelle gave for themes in this journal was she let us have total freedom, but for December, they're going to Disney. So she wanted it to be somehow Disney themed, but still kind of fit her like softer color palette. And so, yeah, we came up with this Disney desserts theme from a picture that we found on Pinterest. And yeah, that is what we're doing for December. Yeah, I've done a few Disney themes in custom journals in the past, and this is hands down my favorite one, like by a landslide. So I will definitely use this again if someone asks me for a Disney theme. This is going to be like my new default Disney theme because it's super cute and easy to do. I mean, not easy when you're doing like a million doodles, like with all these extra weekly pages, but the doodles themselves are very easy. Did I forget the cone again? Oh no, I did remember it. Okay, I want to remember it here too. I don't think Janelle has come on TikTok to see it at all yet. She has seen some of the pictures. Like I've been using the pictures as the background slide in my story sometimes, and she'll like heart them and send it to me or whatever. So she has seen a couple pictures, but yeah, I don't think she has tuned in for any of our lives yet. Which, yeah, is just so opposite of last journal, because we had Patty in here every day, and that was so fun, just like getting to make it like exactly what she wanted it to be. But yeah, Janelle worked with me back in the day when it was like, I didn't show the process at all. I just posted one flip through when the journal was done on YouTube, and that was literally it. So she's not really expecting to know what's going on in the background, you know? And she's in Maui, so she's got more important things to be doing. I keep flipping back because I keep thinking that I forgot the little cone here, but I'm doing great with remembering it, if I do say so myself. Have I ever had an unhappy customer? I don't think so. So one time, they weren't unhappy, but I did have one customer who had a gender neutral name, and in my YouTube video flip through, I kept saying she because most of my customers are female, and it was a very gender neutral name. And actually, I'm a he. I would have appreciated it if you would have asked. And I was like, I had no idea. So he wasn't mad. He was very good about it. But that was like the closest thing I've had to like a, you know, like HR scare or PR scare, both. But yeah, he was super good about it. But I definitely felt bad because, yeah, not all of my customers have been women, but most. So when I saw a gender neutral name, I just like totally assumed. I didn't even think to ask. Okay, white gel pen time. I'm gonna do the white gel pen on this side of the page so that when I flip, I'm not pushing down on wet white gel pen to right up here. So I'll just do it on this, and then we'll move the other direction to do the Cotton Candies white gel pen, if that makes sense. I feel like if I were just watching, I would not understand my train of thought for why I color things in the order that I do sometimes. So sometimes I feel like I should just say it out loud. I'm so ready to be done with this style of spreads. Yeah. Love the themes in this journal though. Like the color palettes that we've put together and the themes. I've really enjoyed doing this journal. But yeah, every time we get done with the monthly spreads and have to start the weekly spreads, I'm not quite as excited. But whatever. This is my job, so can't all be the fun part. Oh yeah, totally, Kate. Yeah, I am definitely big on just getting everything out of the way at the start and just batching all the weekly spreads. Am I exhausted? See, it's not that late that I stay up. I mean, I usually get to bed around like 11 or 11:30, but I'm just one of those people who takes like hours to wind down. You know, like no matter what time I go to sleep, I won't fall asleep for at least 2 hours. So, yeah, I usually fall asleep around 1:30 and then my baby wakes up at 5:30. So, yeah, I'm definitely tired, but also this is just kind of the norm. So, when I do my own journal, I do 1 month at a time. I haven't done my own journal since 2022, but I would do 1 month at a time and even 1 week at a time, but mostly because I use my journal for content, you know, like I would post like a weekly reel. So I didn't want all of my weekly spreads to be the same. You know, I would use the same weekly spread, but then choose 4 different ways or 5 different ways, however many weeks there were that month, to lay it out, mostly for the sake of content. I feel like if I didn't use it for content, I would probably do my weekly spreads in batches, but I don't think I would do my monthly spreads in batches just because I look forward to like choosing themes and stuff. So I know, right, Liz? Like sometimes my brain will just get buzzing, especially if I'm doing work right before bed. Then sometimes I'm like, okay, I need to add this and this to my journal kits. And then I just get, you know, like I get an idea in my head and I just can't turn it off, even if I'm not like consciously thinking about that. But then other times it's like, okay, I am tired as heck. I'm not thinking about anything, but I just like cannot fall asleep. But I don't know, I've always been that way. Like, and there would always, like, even in college when I didn't have any kids to disrupt my sleep or anything, there would always be like a couple nights a month where I just wouldn't fall asleep the whole night. And like I would just lie there. I don't go on my phone and stuff when I can't sleep because I know that that's not going to help. But I just, yeah, don't fall asleep the whole night. I know. It's true, Kate. Okay, so now I'm going to move this way and do all the white gel pen on here. I'm just going to give this a sec. Totally, Sierra. Mine has definitely gotten worse since having kids. Like just every tiny thing wakes me up. Like if my baby just shifts position in the crib, I'm like, oh, does he need me? You know? So I feel like what was already bad before is just like now I'm on high alert all the time. So it's even worse, which actually for the past little while, I've been sleeping downstairs because my husband, if the kids wake up, he will just like wake up, do what he needs to do, and fall back to sleep instantly. And so for the first, like my first son didn't sleep through the night until he was 2. And I did all of the nighttime stuff with him. And then with my second, around 6 months, my husband took over that, and it has definitely improved my sleep. Like now once I fall asleep the first time, I can actually stay asleep, but I'm still just not good at falling asleep the first time. But yeah, at least now I only have one problem and not 2. Like once I fall asleep the first time, I'm locked in for the night. Whereas when I was sleeping upstairs, every little movement was like, okay, now I'm awake and I will be for the next 2 hours so that I can settle myself back down. My toddler. Mama, I'm awake. As though I'm going to come get him up to play. I fear that he's going to be like me too, because it's 10:15. I put him to bed at 8, which normally his bedtime, I try to get him in bed around 7:30, but we had a quick little date night. And yeah, he will be up for minimum 2 hours. Unless he skipped his nap, then he'll fall right asleep. Well, even then, it usually takes him at least like 30 to 45 minutes, but not as long as like a typical night. But yeah, I fear that he will be the same way. Any movie themes that I really like? I'm trying to think. Movie themes. I don't think I've done very many movie themes. I know I did an Up movie theme that I liked in theory. I didn't like as much how it actually turned out. You know, it was just like the little house with balloons, but I didn't actually like it as much as I expected to. I've done a Lilo and Stitch movie theme. I haven't actually done that many movie themes now that I think about it. Okay, there we go. So we've got our 2 main doodles. We are going to add these little sort of accent doodles, but I'm going to leave that for the end to just kind of fill. I have done a Pride and Prejudice theme now that you say that, Nikki. But I've never seen Pride and Prejudice, so I just like, oh, and Twilight. Somebody had me do a Twilight theme, but I was like, I haven't seen a lot of movies. So Pride and Prejudice, Twilight, even like Lilo and Stitch. Yeah, I've never seen any of those movies, but people ask me to do themes. So then I just Google it, like, or just like Pinterest, Pride and Prejudice, Pride and Prejudice doodles, Pride and Prejudice whatever, and try to find a way to turn it into a theme without having any idea what the movie is about. But okay, so in this top corner here, I think I'll just write DEC instead of full on December, because for some of the pages there's less space than others, but at least then they'll all be the same. Even the ones that have more space, they'll all just say DEC. I have another order of Tombow Fudenosuke's on the way, which you can tell it's starting to get a little dry. I like the look of it when it's starting to dry out because it's kind of like almost chalky, which I think is cool. But of course, I don't want it to all the way dry out because then I don't have a good black calligraphy marker. I actually ordered a 20 pack this time because I want to put these into the journal kits that I'm making, which, yeah, the biggest struggle that I've been having with the journal kits is just deciding like how high quality of stuff to buy, basically. You know, like I sourced some pens like this that were similar, but I tried it for a week and it died. Like I don't want it to just last a week, you know? So this is one where I am going to just buy Tombow because I know that that's the best. But I can't just buy the high end of everything because then they're going to be too expensive. Like the point is for them to be affordable and give you like all the basics, but this I did decide to splurge and get the actual Tombow Fudonosuke's for the journal kits. But yeah, white gel pen, I did find some that I think are equally good to the jelly rolls from my testing. So I'm going to stick with those and then do the Tombow Fudonosuke's. And yeah, I'm trying to think of what other things. Oh yeah, I'm still nailing down the markers. Oh yeah, and fine liners, those were easy to find. Good ones for a good price. Better stop. Okay, and then I'll put the dates underneath there. So let's see, the first one is going to be 1 to 7. Oh, that's the last one. My goodness, you guys. These weekly spreads gonna be the death of me. Okay, so we've got 2 1 to 7s. Then we've got 2 8 to 14s. That's more than 2. Oh my goodness, you guys. I don't know why these, like, yeah, these weekly spreads are annoying, but I don't know why they're so hard for me to just wrap my head around it. Okay, 15 to 21, and I will fix that mistake with white gel pen. Yeah, it totally depends on the price point. But yeah, my goal was just to try to find like the like essentials and price them at a very like beginner friendly point. You know, like nobody wants to dish out a bunch of money if they're just starting a hobby, and that's kind of who I'm making this for, is like a beginner journaling kit that has kind of all the supplies that you need to get started. So I definitely want to keep things as affordable as I can while being like good enough quality to actually work well in your journal, you know. All right, how's that? Okay, then we need another 15 to 21. 22 to 28. Okay, and then last one is 29 to 4th of January. Oh, nice. These ones will cover up very nicely because 4 fits in 7 and 29 fits with 1. Perfect. Okay, now we've got to do the little headings for like what type of page everything is. Let me think here. Okay, I want to add some washi tape here, I think. Maybe let's do that first, see if I have any good washi tape to go with this theme before doing the headings, because I want to know what my leftover space is going to look like. Okay, I have so many that I feel like are going to be close to matching what we're looking for, but not exactly, unfortunately. Like, yeah, that's not even actually that close. That one's kind of good. Okay, that one, or let's see. Which of these pinks is closer? 1 or 2? Ooh, or 3. 1, 1, 2, 2. You guys are funny. That is just always the way it is, I feel like. For every one person who says 1, the next person says 2. And vice versa. Okay, so, well, let me see. Maybe I'll use 2, 2, 2. Okay, now there's lots of 2s coming in. Is that just one person spamming? Oh, there are some people spamming too. Okay, well, I want to use 2 washi tapes anyway. So what if I use like 1 and then pair it with a soft pink that I know doesn't match our exact color, but because I feel like these 2 are too close to matching but don't actually match, that wouldn't look good, but maybe let's do these 2. That I think could work. Wait, which one's better between these 2? I think the one that we chose originally. Okay. Sorry, Jess, can you say your comment again? Yes. Family memories page from December is right here. I made it to look similar to the calendar, using the same style boxes and stuff. That's the family memories page for this month. All right, now let's place some washi tape. Ooh, I haven't even opened this one yet. A fresh one. That doesn't happen often. That means I've got to peel the end off of here. All right, I'm gonna put some washi tape there. I don't think I need any on this page. We can always add some later if we want to. But I'm just looking at our sample layout and there's not really a place for it if we like stick with the sample layout, but if we feel like there's a space for it at the end of this month, we can definitely add. Oh, Maria, I just realized I haven't even looked at your message. Your pictures. I mean, I looked at your first messages, but sorry about that. I have not been on Instagram. I mean, I posted a story and scheduled a reel to go out, but I'm pretty much a post and ghost kind of gal, unfortunately. I need to get better at being social with my socials. I'm going to try my best to remember to check your message after this. Wait, do I have one more? Yes, I do. Okay, and next one. Oh, did I just... My husband just texted that he is on his way. Oh, sorry. If that glitched, that was probably my fault. I was trying to check a notification. My husband is on his way, so he'll be home in like 15-ish minutes. So I don't think we'll finish these weekly spreads because I'm not gonna keep going longer than that. It is time for bed, but I will at least finish what we're working on right now. Yeah, I did get so close. But again, now that the next journal hasn't been purchased yet, I'm not in that much of a rush. You know? Because it's just, I like it so much better when, you know, it's purchased before instead of just like working on the other one kind of aimlessly, like not knowing who it's for, what they're going to use it for, whatever. So I'm just kind of trying to buy time till someone does want one. I mean, I'll keep going if nobody buys it, but I'm not in a rush, is what I'm saying. I'm also debating starting a journal again for myself. I was thinking I would do July, just because that's halfway through the year. But the more time I spend doing these custom journals, the more antsy I get to just like be using a journal again instead of just my iPad. Although I do really like just using my iPad. But I don't know. I'm considering, I wouldn't want to start a whole journal right now instead of waiting till July. But I could just use that journal then as kind of like a, you know, like show journal, like when I need to make spreads in a journal, but I don't need them for myself kind of thing, you know? I'm not sure. But anyways, we are close, but I feel like I'm going to leave it as it is right now and then have a little bit of downtime before my husband gets home and we go to bed. So let me show you guys where we're at so far, and then I will close it off for tonight. So feel free to use code LIVE50 if you're interested in grabbing a journal for yourself. And the freebie tonight is, I mean, every empty journal order, or custom of course, you get to choose your charms, but the freebie this week is a pack of markers. So if you use code LIVE50, you grab a journal, you will also get a free pack of markers with it. So here we've got July. We did this little cottage theme. There's our family memories page for July. And then her weekly spreads here, or just kind of her prompts that she fills in every week. And then for August, we did this little pond theme. And for the family memories page, she can write her memories onto the lily pads and puddles. And here are the weekly spreads for August. And then September, we did this hot air balloons theme. And here's the family memories page. And the weekly spreads for September turned out like this. Then for October, we did this camping theme. Here's the family memories page for October. And then the weekly spreads for October turned out like this. And then November, where are we? There we go. November, we did this little quilt theme inspired by Amanda Rach Lee. And here is the family memories page for Janelle for November. And then this is how the weekly spreads turned out. And then we are currently working on December. And so far we have done the calendar page for this little Disney desserts theme. And we've done the family memories page as well. And then we are working on the weekly spreads. And these we will finish tomorrow. We are so close to being done. But I'm not gonna linger any longer. I'm gonna go get ready for bed. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining my live again tonight. I will be on live tomorrow evening, being Thursday. And then Friday, I'm usually not live, although I'm thinking I might try to do an afternoon live on Friday. So if you would like to know if or when that's happening, feel free to follow me on Instagram. That's where I always let you guys know when I will be live. And yeah, thank you guys so much. Also, please follow me on Instagram if you want input into the journal kits and the next batch of pre-made journals. I don't know if you guys have seen my pre-made journals, and I don't know if I have one within reach, but I do have one within reach. Let me just pull that out for like 1 second while I've got you here. So basically the pre-made journals, I like did the designs for you in just like outlines, and then you color it in. So I made these ones a few years ago, haven't made any since, but I am planning to do one again this year, which would be undated, but like I would have it done in time for 2026, possibly earlier. So like, yeah, it's like a coloring book style planner. And I am going to be starting on the drawings for these ASAP. So I'm going to be taking some polls in my Instagram story and stuff. So if you want to be a part of that at all and let me know what you would like to see in your planner, please feel free to follow me on Instagram so that you can be involved in those decisions. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining my live tonight. I hope you have a good night, and I'll see you later on to keep working on Janelle's journal.